Gonna mix it up good and slow. Set the skillet for medium low. 'Cause I don't want them flapjacks to burn. When the bubbles pop, it's time to turn over your pancakes.
It's time to turn over those pancakes. You know what it is. It's the Maverick Rose Music Hour. I'm Maverick. This is Darcy. That's Jim. How's everybody doing tonight?
Hey. Look at everybody. Look at everybody's excited.
It's
Amber's
exciting.
sleeping.
That's right.
Amber's sleeping, but that's okay. Welcome.
Good times. That's right.
Happy
we got
Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday to you. We got a very special guest tonight. Jason Damico is going to be with us a little bit later, so we're looking forward to that. We are out here on location at Niche Wine Lounge in beautiful Holly Springs, North Carolina. Yeah. We do this live every Wednesday, so we want everybody to come out. It's not just about the live stream; it's also about being here in person. And
come
we do
here and
have
have fun with us.
Good time. That's right. Somebody needs to hang out with Tama and Al, other than just Amber. You know what I'm saying? So,
they've taken her seat.
That's right. Well, the Maverick Rose Music Hour is brought to you by the lovely people out there at Rescued Wood Rehab, and to represent them, we have Marty. And there he is. How are you tonight, Marty?
I am here. Welcome all. And yes, Rescue Wood Rehab, very proud to sponsor the Maverick Rose Music Hour. Hope everyone's doing great tonight. I'm excited about a great show.
Patty says hello, everybody. Zen in the chat with a hey.
You got a great guest who hasn't shown up for a while, but
it's been a while since we've seen him.
Good to have him back here at Niche Wine Lounge. And,
always a pleasure.
And you're gonna have a great show.
And
right?
we'll return your dog after the show, Jason.
That's right.
What?
What, does that go over everyone's head?
Return your dog after the show.
We'll return your dog after the show, Jason. In other words, we had to bribe him to get here by stealing his dog.
Oh, don't ever
Is that the
steal a
only reason you're
dog.
here?
We kidnapped the man's dog. You better
Only
look out,
Jim.
man.
Only
You better
Jim
look
would
out.
come up with
That's
that.
it for me. I'm not.
Yeah, he's done for the rest of the night.
You can pet Amber while you're
Jim and I sometimes tell jokes that not everybody gets, and when we say Jim and I, we want everybody out there to go ahead and take a drink, as you see Marty doing there. Whatever it is that you got, you hear the noise, you take the drink. That's what's up.
Cha-ching.
Welcome. So you guys have a great show, and I'll let you
thanks
get
for
to the
being
music
here.
stuff.
Thank you so much, my friend.
Good to see you, my love.
Yeah.
Good to see you, my love.
All right.
Happy Wednesday.
It is. It's the middle of the week. We survived this far, so there's a good chance we'll make it the rest of the
We're
way.
on
I
hump
hope.
day. We're gonna get over.
That's right. I hope
gonna
so.
get over.
I really hope so.
Absolutely.
What do you think of the new mics? I think they're
I had to adjust mine
they're
to come down a
classy.
little
That's
bit.
right. Yeah,
but
we just
I kind of
adjusted.
like them.
It's good. It's nice.
I think they look really super cool.
Yeah.
Especially with all the different colors we
feels
have going
pretty
on
professional. It matches my hat. I like that.
here. It does. It feels very nautical.
Yeah.
Feels like we're out
That's
on
good.
a yacht.
That's right. That's right. A little yacht rock review action.
Oh, yacht rock. There you go.
That's it.
There you go.
We'll have to do an episode on that.
Oh, I like that one.
So we've got a new segment this season that we like to call. Oh, wait for it.
No rock and roll with Darcy Domino.
That's right. Do you know rock and roll with Darcy Domino?
I like that
Darcy's
you're
going to take
using
us
that
on
name.
through. That's it. That's right.
So this is
Cool.
where we do hard-hitting music trivia questions.
That's right. Digging deep into the archives.
And last week I pitted you two against each other. I'm going to do it again because this week we're doing The Who versus Aerosmith.
Oh, my. Okay.
All
right.
What do we think? What do we
I like
think?
it. I like
We're going
it.
to do good this week?
Oh, Zen says, hey, Woodman, and he also says that he would love a yacht rock segment. So we'll
I
have to
think
do
that'd
that
be
at some
cool.
point. But yeah.
Jim, I don't think would like it.
Okay, so Aerosmith versus The Who. If you're out there, whether you're watching live or here in the bar, feel free to answer along as we go. You can help me out, help Jim out. I probably need more help than Jim does.
Not nuts about this segment so far.
Why?
Oh, my gosh.
I thought you wanted The Who. I
No,
did
no.
this for you.
Well, we haven't done it yet. I'm just saying in general. I just feel like, come on, let's go.
Just because you know everything?
You always get it. So we're going to start with you. All right.
ahead.
Put him on the grill. Put him on the grill.
All right. What was the working title of Who's Next, which evolved from Pete Townsend's
Lifehouse.
You can't mess with Jim, I'm telling
You
you.
can't mess with Jim. All right. You ready? You going to come just as quick?
I'll try.
What Aerosmith
Sometimes
album?
it takes me a minute.
Okay. What Aerosmith album was the first to feature outside songwriters extensively, marking a major shift in their approach during their late 80s comeback?
Permanent Vacation?
You got it.
Nice.
They
All right.
didn't. Did they do that?
Yeah. And that's when you started liking them, apparently. It's like, I don't want to hear Tyler Perry, man. I want to.
We're one on one. We're 1-on-1. All right, The Who. Which track on The Who's Sellout was written as a satire of pirate radio and features fake commercials throughout the album?
Which track? What?
Which track on The Who Sellout was written as a satire of pirate radio and features fake commercials throughout the album?
That kind of doesn't make sense.
That's how it's reading. I don't know. The name of the track. Yeah, the name of the track, yeah.
Well, the
The
whole
whole
album.
album is kind of a parody.
Oh.
There are commercials between songs as far as one song about the satire of
Pirate
public radio.
radio,
What's the name of the album? Maybe that's what this is.
Who
Well, that's
Sell
the Who
Out.
Sell Out. Yeah.
Oh, duh.
Mhm.
Is that the question?
It just says which track on that album was written as a satire of pirate radio and features fake commercials throughout the album. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Because the answer is Radio London / I Can't Reach You. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay.
I
All
Can't
right.
Reach You is a love song. It's on there.
Yeah.
Radio
Yeah.
London is one of the commercials. So
Interesting.
Cancel that question.
Do you know that? We should get T-shirts that say "I'm with Jim."
No, I Can't Reach You doesn't stand out from any of the other tracks as being about pirate radio. It's not about pirate radio. I can recite all the lyrics if I need to.
No, I believe you. and so does Tama. And so does Tama. All right. All right.
I'm
so
not
that-
mad at you.
I know it's
Just mad in
ChatGPT.
general.
Chat GPT doesn't know what it's talking about again. All right.
All right, maybe I won't do this. All right, which
can't.
Aerosmith song,
Yes.
originally recorded during the Pump sessions, was shelved and later reworked for the Get a Grip album? I'm going to say that again because I messed it. Which Aerosmith song, originally recorded during the Pump sessions, was shelved and later reworked for the Get a Grip album? Yeah, looked like you had it.
My initial, I want to say Fever, but I don't think it was Fever.
Not according to ChatGPT.
Yeah. My Girl?
Lineup?
No. Okay.
Does that make sense? Is that
Yep,
right?
yep, yep,
Okay.
yep.
All right. All right, Jim. What unusual instrument does John Entwistle play on the song Boris the Spider?
French horn?
A fuzz bass?
Oh. All right.
I don't even know what that is.
No,
Interesting.
it's a bass with an effect on it. I don't like this guy.
He doesn't like chat.
That's right.
Chat doesn't know.
You out there, Chad?
We believe Jim over AI.
I
Says
do.
Marty. Yeah.
I
Zen says he angrily shakes his fist at the AI.
Yeah.
No, he did play a fuzz bass on it, I
Yep.
guess.
Yep.
And he plays French horn, but probably not on that song.
That's what it says. All right. What was the name of Aerosmith's self-run music publishing company used primarily during the 1970s? The name of Aerosmith's self-run music publishing company used primarily during
Boneyard?
No.
No. Okay.
Vindaloo Music?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so that one's right. All right. What song did The Who record in 1972 as part of Lifehouse but didn't release until Odds and Sods?
There were probably 3 songs on that album. One's Let's See Action. One is Pure and Easy. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
But it said Pure and Easy.
I know, but it wasn't the only song.
There you go.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right, we're gonna see if this is just as bad. I'll not use ChatGPT.
Well, they're
from
right
now
about
on.
Aerosmith so far, at least. So
Maybe they're just
we'll
who's
see.
a little older. What obscure Aerosmith track, originally a B-side, became a cult favorite among fans and appears on Pandora's Box? B-side obscure Aerosmith track, cult favorite, appears on Pandora's Box.
Correct answer is Chad's an asshole.
Man, okay. I don't even know Chad. Chad GPT. All right.
Oh, that's what we should call it.
That's
Chad
that's
GPT.
Chad GPT. All right.
He probably wears a polo shirt.
I'm gonna take a mulligan on this one. What do we
All
got?
right, Chip Away the Stone.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right.
Chip away, chip away. at
During the
stone.
1973 Quadrophenia tour, what technical issue often caused problems for the band on stage?
I heard them in '73. They generally suck, but I'm guessing syncing up with the pre-recorded tracks.
That was it.
All right.
All right, Jim.
Which blues legend joined Aerosmith on stage at the 2004 Montreux Jazz Festival for a performance of I'm Ready?
B.B. King?
No.
No?
Buddy Guy.
Ah. All right.
All right. Last song, or last question, Jim. Are you happy?
We'll see.
Well,
I'm sorry, Chad. I didn't mean to get on you that bad.
Yeah,
see if you can redeem yourself. with this.
probably not. What was the title of the 1979 documentary film about The Who that featured...
Kids are all right.
All right.
The kids are all right.
That's 2 questions. You didn't even have to finish the question.
All
You
right.
don't know Chad.
Jim knows more than Chad.
All right. Last one for you.
All right.
What was the name of... What?
I was going to make a joke about a hanging Chad, but I'm taking it back.
Oh, my God.
Now you're dating yourself.
All right.
All right.
Can you date yourself? Is that a thing you can do?
Yeah, often.
Okay.
Many.
It's probably a lot easier
Many
than...
men do.
Probably a lot easier than...
What was the name of the abandoned 1980s Aerosmith album that was supposed to follow Done with Mirrors but fell apart due to internal band conflicts? The abandoned 1980s Aerosmith album that was supposed to follow Done with Mirrors,
I don't know.
A Matter of Time.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have got that. All right.
All
Cool.
right. Maybe
Jim,
we're gonna-
Jim killing it again.
Maybe we're going to give up on Chad GPT.
Christy
Yeah.
says Jim killing it again. She's right.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's up, Al?
Ow!
I have a trivia question for
Yeah.
you. I think Jim might have the edge on this. What band made its first concert appearance in the U.S. in my hometown in 1964 when I was 14 years old in San Bernardino, California?
You told us the story.
And I'll tell you, they had just come out with their first album, and the reason they were there was the local radio station invited them to be there because there was one song on the album. It wasn't an original with them, but it mentioned San Bernardino in the song. Can you take her, Chad?
You told us the story. You were riding bikes. No, that has nothing to do with the band. Is that the
A friend
story?
and I were riding our bicycles. We just happened to see some older teenage girls, mostly, going into an auditorium. And so we just snuck in, followed them, and you know, everybody's going crazy for them. I'd never heard of them. You don't hear much about them anymore, but they went on from San Bernardino after that first appearance to other places like a war memorial, farm shows, four concerts in 2 days in San Antonio.
Wasn't
It
the Animals, was it?
No?
San Bernardino, and the song rings a bell, but I can't
Okay,
think.
the song that mentions San Bernardino is, and it's not original to them, was Route 66. Does that help?
Oh, Mitch Ryden, the Detroit Wheels? No.
No.
No, Mitch is from Detroit.
And you told this story. Now I don't remember who it
Where's the
was.
band from? Did you say that?
No.
Oh.
No, that's...
It's not Jan and Dean. I don't know.
On June 5, 1964, I was present for the first appearance in the U.S. of the Rolling Stones.
Okay.
Whoa! Whoa!
That's right.
All right, Al.
It wasn't like Ed Sullivan, you know, the big hurrah when the Beatles came over.
No, that makes sense because the first like 2 Stones album was almost all covers, so they did
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
one there was original to them.
Yeah.
All the others are covers.
Wow.
All right. Well,
All
you got
right.
us there. Everyone's aggravating me tonight.
Wait till we get to my segment. You're going to love that. All
I
right.
thought when I said Route 66, that would click.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's all right. Cool. Well, I guess that concludes our trivia portion. Do you know rock and roll with Darcy Damico?
I think
a little
Al's
bit of
was
help
better.
from Al out there.
Al's
That's
was
exactly
better.
right.
Al, I'm gonna like chat GPT you next week, and then
That's right. Just phone a friend.
yeah, I'm gonna phone a friend. Exactly.
I don't know a whole lot, but I know.
I don't. That was good. That was a good story when you told us too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, now we're going to go to the very scary place that is Jim's mind.
We're there already?
We are indeed.
That went fast.
If
Chad
I can
went
get
fast.
our.
Oh, we're
get
getting
our
another.
audio
We're getting
to
another
play.
guitar. Okay.
Uh-oh. Look out.
Oh, because I know what we're doing. Yeah.
I did the 3-chord thing last week. And so I mentioned that next show would be the 4th chord. So these 3 chords, rock and roll was called like the devil's music. So it was, the country was getting a little uneasy. The government wanted to get involved. Of course, they went to Elvis like they always do. And he said, no, man, I can't mess with rock and roll. I mean, those people got me everything everything I got today, I got from them. So Chuck and Little Richard and, Rosetta and Big Mama Thornton, all of them, I can't do it, man. I'll tell you one thing.
Jim's doing an impression.
I don't mean to.
I told you it was a scary place.
I think Jim ate before tonight.
Don't say you heard it from me, but
Special bean dip, maybe.
and
Yeah,
Elvis
maybe.
whispered the fourth chord. So the government got in there, in their rooms, and what's the fourth chord mean? And nobody knew. So they got some music nerd from like MIT or something, and some Poindexter guys. Well, I've analyzed that, and I believe the fourth chord they're talking about is going to be the relative minor off the A, which is similar, but that'll change the whole aspect of music. And it did after the rock and roll. When you put in that fourth chord, it lightens things. Makes the little foolish. Who put the bump in the bump a bump a bum? Who put the ring in the ram lam a ding dang? Was the mash. It was the monster mash. It was a smash. It was a graveyard smash. It was a mash. Same chords, monster mash. It was a mash. And it get that mellow. Oh, Donna. Oh, Donna. Oh, Donna. Oh, Donna. And more songs like. More foolish ones. Duke, 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 Duke of Earl, Duke, Duke, Duke of Earl, Duke, Duke, Duke of Earl, Duke, Duke. So that fourth chord, I don't know if you remember, but the 50s, like almost every song used those four chords. Of course, in different keys. I'm just staying in the same key. And a lot of it was foolish stuff like lollipop, lollipop, oh la la lollipop, 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 oh la la lollipop, lollipop. Ow. So anyway, that was kind of softening the 50s and some pretty stuff. Earth angel, where can you be? Earth angel. I'm playing the same four chords every time. There's more I won't keep playing. But
You said it ruined things, though, right?
said what?
It ruined rock and roll.
Well, it softened it. It took the edge off. And Elvis stopped playing like his real rock is.
Yeah.
But he never did one of these four-chord songs. He said, I can't do that, man. I'm not going to do that.
Is that what he said?
I'll solve them things, but I just can't do that. So, I'm sorry, Mama. Can't do it. So, anyway. And,
Jim's on a roll.
but it got some soulful stuff, too. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. So they're still able to squeeze some good songs out of them. And sometimes they cheat a little, like Santa and Johnny would throw in on the instrumental. Minor instead of the major.
Yeah, sexy. That's sexy.
Yeah, that's a
We
little.
like that.
Ooh, baby.
Zen says Jim is in rare form tonight, and he loves it.
All right. What else did I have?
And he has no words on his shirt tonight to tell us.
That's
either,
right.
so.
You gotta
No,
you get what you get.
I'll use the same joke I used before. This shirt, the words on this shirt are all the bands I liked after 1979.
And you know what was 10 years before that?
Everly Brothers. Dream, 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 dream. So anyway,
Whenever I want you.
that softened the 50s and into the 60s. Remember the early 60s was really...
I do, like it was yesterday.
Yeah, I'm telling you. It was really kind of... Only you and I know, Jim. Yeah. I mean, there were interesting songs, but a lot of novelty songs. It was kind of a wimpy era. There was still some good stuff, but... So there's the government getting involved. Like, they can't really tell you not to write cool songs, but they can, poison the water a little. So once they filtered that fourth chord in and dropped it into the Brill Building and everywhere else, it got in the songwriters' heads. And so the country was not going well musically, and next week I will tell us what changed it and how the government eventually got power back. Those same 4 chords, next
Yep.
week I'll show you how they were sent into the 90s and on, and all you had to do was change the order of those 4 chords, and that's where we are today,
Yep.
which is those 4 chords led music to the mind-numbing mediocrity it is today. So we'll get into that next week.
There you
And
go.
of course, it was the British invasion. This time, England won, though, when they came over in the 60s. Thank
Yes,
God.
they did.
Told you it was a scary place. This has been what's on
And
Jim's
your
mind.
notes seem to be a little waterlogged here, Jim.
Yeah, well, it's probably
That's from that?
from the drink.
What's on
So
Jim's mind?
that's it. So next week, those 4 chords and more stuff with the government.
Nice. All right.
Sounds heavy.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
All right.
man.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to keep the show rolling right now. Look, I told you that this is what I look like if I'm a dog, right? If for those of you that are watching, we got the husky with the
I think
shades
it's
on and
true.
everything. That's it. We're going to do a little segment that we
very
like to
cute.
call Music's Mysteries with Maverick Rose. It's Music's Mysteries. It's time to dive
like
into
this
the
segment a
mysteries.
lot.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I try to be a little informative with what's going on. Tonight I want to talk about the crossroads of music lore.
With Ralph Macchio.
That's exactly right. Yeah, 1986 movie with Ralph Macchio, the Karate Kid, Steve Vai in there. They're cutting heads. The concept that you can sell your soul to become successful in music, and specifically at the crossroads. So the stories of Tommy Johnson and then later Robert Johnson. And it goes back. It's all the way back to. So there is a movie about it, but the concept goes back to Delta Blues, and really it goes back further than that, all the way back to Faust. Exactly, the Faustian bargain. The idea that you could sell your soul to become good. So Tommy Johnson supposedly went to the crossroads, was approached by a large shadowy figure who offered to tune his guitar and for the price of his soul. And he tuned it, and after that he could play amazing blues. And then later, Robert Johnson, probably the most famous, more modern era story, Robert Johnson supposedly sold his soul. Wrote songs about it. Hellhound, On My Tail, which is supposedly the reason that he had to run all around. Died a tragic early death. He was poisoned.
These are real people?
Yes.
Okay.
He was poisoned by a woman's husband,
Were they having an affair?
supposedly.
Okay.
And he died at 27, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh, that's young.
Yeah. And we'll talk about 27 Club later in the season.
But to sell your soul, what did they have to like? What did they lose when they?
Their
did
soul.
that?
You lose your soul,
But-
and you get the ability to be successful in music. A lot of people said that the Rolling Stones did it. That's part of why they've been so successful. That's why Satanic Majesty's Request as an album, Sympathy for the Devil, those things. Some of the explanations for what went on at Altamont, possibly as retribution, maybe God's anger at the Rolling Stones for what they did. Beethoven, that's right. There's all kinds of going way back. So the idea of selling your soul to be good at music is not a modern concept, but modern examples. Some people say Led Zeppelin, possibly. There's a lot of mystique around Jimmy Page and what went on, because they were this close to folding up and having to quit music and go get day jobs, and then all of a sudden they became the most popular band
'Cause they sold
of
their
their
soul.
time, supposedly. And Jimmy leaned into that with a lot of the mystique and occult imagery and things like that went on in Led Zeppelin. But in the modern era, it goes back to Delta Blues. And people say Robert Johnson, rock and roll wouldn't exist if Robert Johnson didn't exist. The first time that Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones heard a recording of Robert Johnson, he thought it was 2 guitar players playing.
Wow.
Now, the deal with Robert Johnson was people who knew him before he became famous said he couldn't play guitar at all. He'd walk around with the guitar and he'd come into the bar, and it would annoy people. They say, "You got to get that guy out of here. He's terrible. Go take that guitar from him." So he left, and he came back 2 weeks later, and he could play better than anyone's ever heard.
Really?
Amazing. Just like that.
And he didn't take lessons.
Nope. Supposedly. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's interesting.
And so they asked him, they said, "Well, what did you?" He said, "Sold my soul to the devil."
Would you sell yours?
Of course not. That's crazy.
Would you?
Not now.
Jim said it's too close to home, man. We don't want to mess with that.
That's interesting, though, because Zeppelin was like savaged by the critics when they first came out. And
Yeah.
I saw them when they first came out in '69. Yeah, pat them on the head. You're cute, you guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Go away.
And now they're regarded as one of the greatest rock bands of all time. Some people say they are the greatest rock band of all time.
Some do.
But they seem to be having a very good life if they sold their soul.
Some of them. Bonham's
No.
not here.
Yeah.
So,
True.
you know.
True.
Zen said 27 Club. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. And yeah, it is crazy. It's wild stuff, man. So anyway, that's music. Oh,
I didn't see
Boston Bill coming in the house. What's up, man? How are you, my friend?
There's actually a great book that talks about this Faustian.
The Faustian bargain.
Yeah, right.
Uh-huh.
Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. It's about this girl who makes this deal and lives for a long time. But anyway, she acts as kind of a muse to all these musicians that are also in a bargain with the devil and stuff. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, thank you,
my
my
two
friend.
cents,
Yeah, good to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Boston Bill, always insightful. Appreciate that. Yeah, so anyway, just the concept of Crossroads. If you want to learn more, obviously you can just look up Crossroads and music and all kinds of stuff will come up. I highly recommend, do not watch the Britney Spears film. It is a Britney Spears film of the same name. But the 1986 film with Ralph Macchio, I think kind of
It's about
describes everything. It's this guitar player who makes a deal with the devil. Kind of the devil went down to Georgia situation, but
Right.
with guitars. Give me your soul. I'll teach you how to play.
you'll
And
be
then
great.
he tries to win his soul back.
Ah.
Yeah. So
That sounds like a good
story.
movie.
It is a good movie.
And
yeah.
casting the most non-musician looking guy you could.
Right,
Ralph
right.
Macchio.
It's perfect.
It
He
wasn't
big
bad,
then.
though.
He was big then.
No, he was still like that tall.
Not a tall man. Not a tall man.
I don't think I can win tonight.
Well, I think that it is time that we check in with everyone's favorite helicopter of the niche, the man who is fully loaded and coming in like an Apache because he is Andy the Apache.
Where is he?
We're gonna find him. He's got to fly.
He's flying in.
He's flying in as we speak. We're gonna find him. He is out there. Andy the Apache coming in. He said, "How are you, my friend?"
I'm well. How's it going, Maverick?
Good. It's good to see you, buddy.
Nice to see you, bro.
What you got in your hand there tonight?
This is going to be the whiskey tree. Basically, I just did a apple bourbon drink. It has whiskey. We got a sour apple pucker, lemon juice, honey syrup, a little bit of triple sec, and it's lovely. Seasonal.
You get lots of stuff in a drink, man.
I try.
That's right.
I try.
And they don't call him Andy the Apache for nothing,
That's
man.
right.
He's fully
That's
loaded.
right.
So what do you got music for tomorrow night? We got E-Train in the house
E-Train
again?
coming in
Yep.
tomorrow. He does the whole bluegrass, everything you can imagine. We also have the...
If you come out here, please, anybody that comes to see E-Train, tell him that Maverick wants him to play some Judas Priest acoustic because he kills it when he does.
I was
man.
about to say he does that, yeah.
Yep.
Breaking the law.
Yep.
Let's see. And on Friday, we have the great Thousand Ways. They're like a
That's right.
southern
Larry
rock
Sykes
group.
at the front of that band.
Yeah,
Fantastic
yeah. He's
guys.
amazing.
You need to come check them out.
Yeah.
Not
Really
just
good.
great musicians, but great people.
Oh, yeah. Super cool people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Saturday.
It's Sophia Carafo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And she does the R&B.
D Sills with her, or is she backing
Yeah,
tracks?
D
this weekend?
Sills is
Yeah.
with her. Yes.
Nice. Awesome.
Eddie Stills. Yeah.
Love
Yeah,
that. Good duo. All right, sweet man. Well, we appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Andy, the Apache, coming in for us there. And look who has joined us. It is my brother from another mother, one half of the duo, the Big Tunas. We got Jason Damico in the house, two-time Carolina Music Award winner, Grammy-considered artist, SAG member, and on and on and on, man. What else? What could I say?
You got a lot of stuff there.
What Cash App?
No.
Venmo or PayPal or
Legend. We're amongst a living legend, man. I'm telling you.
wow.
Yeah. How are you?
Man, I'm great.
Good.
I'm so blessed to be here. What a great vibe. Niche. So many memories.
Yeah.
So many memories and so many more.
That's
are
it.
gonna be made.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We played a lot of music here and there and there.
Everywhere.
Out
every
there.
nook and
We did the
cranny
New
of this, but
Year's show together
outside,
on the front porch.
when the
yeah.
tent was happening.
Yeah, that's exactly
Oh,
right.
yeah.
The,
Yeah.
the vid.
Good times,
Yeah.
man. Good times.
Yeah.
And now
So-
you're on the other side of the microphone with us here, so that feels
I'm
weird a
loving
little bit,
it.
huh?
It feels great.
Good.
It really does.
And one of the things that's cool is we talk to a lot of local artists, and some of the local artists do things around the country or whatever. But I mean, you truly are nationally known and regarded. You Blues Artist of the Year. You've won. You've done so many different things, working out of New York and Nashville and all around the country. What are some of the projects that you got going on right now?
Right now, we've got a lot of shows happening, which I'll rattle off. JasonDamico.com/tour for all those
Zen will put
dates.
that in the chat for us there, so you can click right through to Jason's website.
Recently, January, Laws of Man came out, directed by Phil Blattenberger, a good friend of mine. And that has Harvey Keitel starring in it, Jackson Rathbone, so some pretty heavy hitters, and was just really honored to be a part of the cast, and not only be a part of the cast, but also contribute to the first song in the film with the opening credits, which was our recent single of That's All Right, the classic Elvis.
We were just
tune.
listening to that earlier, yeah. That's
And
nice.
there's a funny story behind that. They wanted the Beach Boys, but it was, I think, $50K for that placement. So then when Phil heard that, he gave me a call because I wasn't going to charge Phil $50K.
Yeah,
we made it work, and they needed it placed specifically for that film with that time frame. So it takes place in the 60s. It's kind of sci-fi. It's kind of murder mystery, kind of a little bit of everything. Really cool movie. You can check it out on Google.
What's it called again?
Amazon, all that. Laws of Man.
And how did you get into acting?
I was a baby model at 18 months old. So
There
I
you go.
don't really remember a time in my life where there
When he
wasn't a
wasn't
camera in
acting.
front of me,
That's right.
or drumsticks, or a guitar, and so I'm an industry kid without selling my soul.
Jim's taking notes over here. It's got me nervous.
I'm writing down the name of the movie. Is that the one where you're in the bloody makeup?
That is.
Nice.
That
Okay.
is. That was
Very
a
cool.
3-hour, shout out to Megan, really, really great makeup artist. That was a 3-hour makeup chair routine. That was a
wow.
4:30 a.m. call.
That's brutal.
For 7:30 call time on set, and just to be on camera it's a very heavy scene, but we were efficient. We got it shot in about an hour or two.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where was it
thank
shot
you.
at?
Battleboro, North Carolina.
Oh.
Thank you, Zen, for putting in Jason's website there, and he's got
Thank
the
you.
tour dates and everything there, and,
Yeah.
and Laws of Man in the chat there. Yeah, so good
Hey,
stuff. man.
if you got a second, I come bearing some
Oh,
gifts.
we got all the seconds, man. Whatever
we got,
you need,
we got all
bro.
the seconds.
That's
so,
right.
again, JasonDamico.com.
Look out.
We have some merch, and I brought 3
Okay, I'm
mugs
excited.
for the 3 incredible guests.
Look
of the
out,
Maverick
man.
Rose
Oh, look at that.
podcast.
Very
So one for
nice.
you,
That's
Jen,
awesome.
Is it one of those mugs that like you change colors or something when you get hot?
You know,
liquid?
usually-
That's a great idea. I'm not sure about that technology. I got to learn about that.
Usually when we get gifts, they're balls, man. These are
They're Al's balls.
These are Al's balls
They're
right
Al's
here. You
balls.
know, so we got that's nice.
We can.
We'll talk after
I'm
the
not
show.
going to go there.
We'll talk after the show.
That's
All
very
right.
nice of you. Thank you.
That's awesome,
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you. Yeah.
The hot link for
Let's set
that
right up
is
there.
So we-
jasondamico.com/shop.
That link
We
is
need
hot.
some merch to be putting out. Like,
Well, we actually have merch. You can
yeah.
go over, on MaverickRoseMusic.com.
Thank
You
you.
go to the
Absolutely.
/merch. We got merch up there too. But yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks,
thank
man.
you guys.
Absolutely.
That's very
very
cool.
cool.
Thank you very
We'll
much.
have these. They look good on camera too. Look, even his mugs are photogenic. I love it.
Well, if you started at 18 months, you would be too, right? There you go. You gotta love it.
Christy wants to know if these are gifts for us winning Darcy's quizzes. No, not for me. I get maybe a runner-up prize.
It's for
or something.
Chad. It's for
By
Chad.
the way, I enjoyed that trivia and the 4-chord breakdown, the Faustian bargain,
Yeah.
whole thing. And Jim Morrison, I think, is another one.
Yes.
Even with the 27 Club, there's you got to Google it, but there's this whole thing, rabbit hole of him not singing at all. And
Yep.
all of a sudden, he meets Ray Manzarek on the beach. One thing leads to another, and he just shows him these poems, but he starts singing them. And his father said, I never heard Jim sing ever when he lived in Florida. So, it's, again,
Out of
kind of
nowhere.
bizarre type
Yep.
of thing.
A rock star out of nowhere overnight.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
And the 27 Club would make sense for some of these people because you think they're going to be happy, but they're probably not if
Yeah.
this actually happened.
And so we will talk about 27 Club, like I said, later in the season. I'm going to do a deep dive into that as well. So, because there's lots of interesting things going on there. So let's see. Acting. We got music.
Cooking.
Live performance.
Cooking.
Love
Saw
to
that a
cook.
lot.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of
Love
nice
to cook.
Yeah, my guy can cook. for
meals
sure.
on the
right.
Facebook.
What's your
thing.
favorite?
the
What's your
Paisan,
favorite
man.
meal? What's your favorite meal?
Oh, and anything from the mother country.
That's all right.
I watched a lot of. So I give credit to my mother, Diane, for showing me so much in the kitchen. My grandmother, Nancy Pomerico, God rest her soul, she passed
Rest in
a
peace.
few years ago. But they really just got me kind of early on in the kitchen. And then when the vid happened and we were all kind of sitting around and doing our things, Emerald was, I think he went on Roku or somebody bought out millions of dollars worth of his episodes. And I just started going down the Emerald. I mean, just episode
The
after
rabbit hole.
episode, and I was taking notes. I was blown away. The showmanship, the craft, and just every time I watched an episode, I was just instantly in a better mood. The guy just has such a gift, and I've learned a lot of recipes. So shout out to Emerald and
Shout out to
my mother and
Emerald, man.
grandmother for.
All right.
Did you start your podcast during COVID?
Right before.
Right before.
And Misty was the first guest, Misty
Yes.
Mayhem, and Maverick was the second guest, and that I believe was 2019.
That sounds right to me.
And right when that started, I remember when things started shutting down in 2020, it became more from a local standpoint and went international. I was reaching out to everybody and their brother.
He has had some big names on his show.
Yeah.
You
Just,
have, yeah.
Big
And,
names.
I learned and was able to cultivate it really taught me a lot about sales, closing, and really just dealing with, gatekeepers, man. And
In the chat, so Jason is Nisha's Henry Cavill. Oh!
so for
Oh!
please remind me of who Henry is, because
That's Superman, man. The Witcher. Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah,
Henry
the-
Cavill,
yeah,
you got the
yeah.
whole thing. Yeah.
I'll
All
take-
right,
I'll take
all
it,
right,
I'll take
all
it.
right.
I'll be Lex Luthor.
It's good stuff, man. Good stuff. So, you got new album coming out. I know you just released. I mean, you're always releasing. I know you're always in the studio.
I am
so.
sitting on so much music right
Yep,
now,
yep.
and it's really a travesty. It's just been the last few months have been, well, really the last 18 months we've been tour bus shopping. We finally closed on one,
Yeah.
which is exciting, but it's just kind of all the other bells and whistles that come with it. 45-foot bus. Just a lot. It's a 1990 beautiful bus, but we wanted to go that route because it's a safer vehicle, and they're really, really well built, and they're beautiful, but it's an older bus. So
Nice.
just, kind of getting everything set up and ready to go. But that's been kind of my life for the last few months besides playing shows. But I'm constantly writing, constantly tinkering, and there's always something coming out. I'm sitting on a few records.
And you produce as well. So you
Yes,
use
yeah,
studio
absolutely,
time
yeah.
so people can reach out to you if they're looking to put an album
Yeah,
together.
yeah, newblueentertainment.com for all of that, the production work. And, it's constant. There's always something going on.
Hey, Marty. Jim and I were wondering why you were coming up to the mic.
Andy offered me a taste of that cocktail that he brought up. It's delicious, by the way.
Yes.
Apple. Nice
Yeah.
hint, yes. No, I just wanted to say to Maverick and Jason, you guys had, you mentioned it earlier in the conversation, the kind of nickname you had when you guys played together.
Big Tunas.
Big
Tunas.
swimming.
And, tell us a little bit of background, the two of you, between about that story, because I saw you guys play many, many nights during the COVID era.
Yep.
When maybe nobody else was here, right? And nobody else was out and about, but you guys were
Keeping the music
getting
flame
after
burning.
it and getting music going. So
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about that kind of interaction between the two of you on stage, because I've seen it many nights and it's fantastic.
Well, you probably can allude more to the origin of that. I'm thinking it was probably some off-the-cuff joke about The Office.
It was, and I think that what had happened was you called me Big Tuna. You're like, "Hey, Big Tuna," and I was
And
like,
it just-
"Hey, Big Tuna,"
it just
back.
turned
And
it-
there's
yeah.
like, "Oh, so
Yeah.
we're both Big Tunas."
Yeah.
Like, so, and
Yeah.
because we're fish in the same water, man, and we swim up the same stream.
Well, there's
I
a
remember
weird phenomenon
Yes.
chemistry-wise because we hadn't played together in about 2 years.
Yep, at least.
And we
yep.
showed up for that shout out
Shoot
to Evelyn
not that long ago.
Putnam,
Yep.
yeah, for that little shoot. Anyway, never mind.
No,
So-
but yeah.
But I was going to make a joke, but it's not even worth it. So, because it'll get me in trouble with the union. Don't
Look out.
Nothing happened. So anyway,
Now I want to know.
we played together
Yes.
for the
Diddy.
first time in about 2 years, and it was like, what? I mean, you had me pulling out Don Henley stuff that I've never played before, but
Because
I knew what I was
that's
doing.
how it always is when we get
And-
together.
and it
man.
was just like
it was like that
song
the
after
very
song
first time
after
that we
song.
ever played together, and it's been like that every time
Yeah.
since. Is that we just right into it.
Yeah.
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 That's what, no. We're big. We're
right,
we're two
soldier
tunas
soul.
from the same fish, man. You know, we swim in the same sea.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Hey, where's your tour taking you? That you got this big
That's-
old bus for?
Let me bring up, as I've got people texting me in the middle of this.
Of course, busy man.
I have this down. We got some local stuff. We got some upcoming stuff that's regional.
And your bass player, Otto, right?
Yeah.
he's
Yeah, Otto Horan.
fantastic. You have a great bass player.
Love
man.
Otto.
Like, I mean, your whole
And-
band,
and-
your whole. I don't want to,
Well,
but I mean,
and
I've met him.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
like he's a very cool guy.
Kevin's been with me for 13
Mm-hmm.
plus years, and Lowe's been with me for a while now, a few years. So everybody's just phenomenal, and it takes years to find the right lineups. But Hops and Berry, I've got a solo gig in Pittsburgh. That's this Saturday.
Nice. Okay, everybody go see Jason.
The band is playing New Blues, going to be at the Mod on Saturday, June 14th.
Great venue. I
Back
love
at
the Mod.
DeFara, the beautiful DeFara Pizza in Cary, June 20th. And then we've got a really cool show that we're teaming up with Zach Person with at the Blue Note Grill, July 17th. Zach's phenomenal, really cutting edge. I think he was on the Experience Hendrix tour with Kingfish Ingram and Zach Wild and a few others. So that's going to be a cool show to partner up with him on. And then we got a writers round with Jason Adamo
Ooh, nice.
in Holly Springs.
He
at
is.
the Cultural Arts
Jason
Center.
Adamo is
August
radio
24th.
radio personality of the year
Yes.
over there at WQDR.
Love
so.
love Adamo, my other Jason Paisan brother.
Yeah.
People
Cool guy.
get me confused. They get the wires crossed because
Sounds
D'Amico,
enough
Adamo.
similar.
I
Yeah.
had somebody come up to me in Wilmington, North Carolina, years ago. I was like, "Are you Jason Adamo?" It was like,
Different
no,
Jason.
but I know the guy. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
So while we've got you here, we have a game that we like to play with our guests.
Oh, boy.
And with each other. But this is
That
something.
sounded a little weird.
No Diddy, no Diddy. But this is something that
No
we
baby
like,
oil.
We like to.
No Diddy. No Diddy.
No slip.
They were
no
out.
slip
I tried to.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah,
I got it.
Yeah, okay.
No Diddy.
So
Yeah.
this is something that we like to call Highlander, and goes a little something like this.
There can be only one Highlander. Thunderdome.
We're gonna take you to the Thunderdome right now.
The Thunderdome.
2 artists, 2 bands, 2 songs, 2 albums, 2 something enter, but only one can leave. So one of these you will preserve for all time in the Library of Congress, their entire catalog, all of it. It will be taught to school children as some of the great art of our time and our era. The other will be jettisoned from the airlock of life. No one will remember
That's a
them,
good
and they will
word,
be
jettison.
gone.
I
That's
haven't
right.
heard that one in a while. I
There you
like
go.
that. Yeah.
So they will disappear forever, poof, with no
Gone.
influence on music, gone, as if no one ever remembers them. So your answers to these questions are very important. my
Okay.
friend.
Okay.
And everyone else can answer along as well, but these are specifically, we're going to try to see what we can get from Jason.
All
Hey.
right.
About that bus, no singing Tiny Dancer on it, please. Jeez, who would do that? What self-respecting rock band would sing Tiny Dancer without at least changing the lyrics and making them dirty? Hold my... Never mind.
All right. First one, Elvis or Jim Morrison?
Oh! Oh! Hit him with the Elvis or Jim Morrison.
Are you sure these were not staged before I came up here?
Oh, they're 100%
Oh, they're totally
staged. They're
staged.
specific
Oh,
for
they
you.
are.
Yeah,
Totally
the questions
staged.
are
I was gonna say,
specific
'cause
for
I'm
you.
hearing like rattling and kind of like
Yeah.
the carnival wheel thing going on. I
Oh,
was
we
like,
don't know. We don't know which one it's going to be.
Okay,
But these are
okay.
these are specific for
So
you.
so one has to be
man.
excommunicated.
One is
basically.
gone
Gone.
from all eternity.
all
you can
eternity.
never listen to them again. It's like they never existed. Just
Oh.
gone.
They were never here.
And the other is preserved for all time and taught as pillars of our society.
Wow. I mean, my gut is saying because Jim he was so influenced by Elvis and Sinatra, and there's so much that the Beatles came from Elvis. I'm sorry, Jim, but you're out. I love you, but I mean,
all right.
So much stemmed from that origin of Elvis Presley.
My man is saving Elvis.
I can't.
Jim Morrison's gone forever.
I feel so dirty right now.
Yeah. Christy in the chat says Jim Morrison is gone. She's getting rid of Jim Morrison.
Wow. Okay. So at least somebody.
So you're not the only one.
Okay. Not alone.
Anybody here?
I gotta save Jim Morrison. I gotta have my doors. I gotta have my doors. I'm sorry. I gotta have my doors. No, I think I'm the only one though. It seems like everybody else is.
What do you think,
I love the first Doors album, but I think each album deteriorated at a rapid rate, so I got to go with Elvis.
Zen is keeping Elvis. Yeah, it's a lot of
I think
keeping
most are
Elvis
keeping
going. I think
Elvis.
everybody's. I think I'm the only Jim Morrison.
From a holistic standpoint, I have to go with Elvis.
For the preservation of music.
For the preservation,
yeah.
and just from what happened.
That's fair.
Because there's more people that I think that did kind of the Doorsy thing.
Yep.
Myself included. So it's the baritone voice. I mean, it is what it is. But Elvis that was just a whole other train of consciousness.
That could be a name of a movie.
Let's go
Keeping
again.
Elvis.
Nice.
Yeah. You could write that, Jim. You could write that.
Jim, you want to read one for us?
I like the blue one. That's good. I like that.
We all have our colors.
That's right.
Or that.
Sorry, Mom.
Sorry,
I don't know if anybody heard that.
Oh, I loved your joke earlier. I got the 79 minus 10. I got that.
Up top, my brother.
Need your glasses.
Sleuth or Slash?
Slash
or Joe Perry?
A little closer to the mic, my friend. A little closer.
Slash or Joe Perry?
That's another one because really Joe Perry influenced Slash.
Should we factor in though who influenced who rather than just
You're just
artists
saving the
against
catalog
artists, you know what
as
I'm saying?
is. So
Catalog as is. I got to stick with Slash.
All right.
Only
Saving Slash.
because there's just more Guns N' Roses that I've listened to than Aerosmith. For better or for worse. But I don't know. Axl's a kook and I love it.
yeah.
I'll take one arm from each of them and cut them in half.
Oh my gosh, Jim.
Whatever.
I gotta save Joe Perry, man, just because of Aerosmith. But it's tough. That'd be tough for me too, because I'm a huge GNR fan. But yeah.
Wow.
See if the chat weighs in.
I think for the non-musicians in here, Slash is more well known.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and everybody but Axl likes Slash, right? I don't think anybody dislikes Slash.
Dare I say I actually enjoy his playing more
Yeah.
than Joe
I like
Perry.
his hat.
Dare I say that?
All right. Let me see. I'm gonna read one this time.
do
Let's see
that.
what we got.
I got nothing against him except that foolish riff he came up with that supposed to be a good riff or something. His
Stevie-
exercise riff.
Sweet Child.
I don't know what.
Are we talking about Slash or Sweet Child of Mine?
Yeah, Sweet Child of
that
Mine.
was an
Yeah,
exercise,
supposedly.
I buy it. I believe it.
But the
Because
song
it's really weird to play.
Australian Crawl has a song that came out like 3 years before that is suspiciously identical. And it was before the internet, so
Okay.
you could steal stuff more easily. I don't know. I don't want to cast aspersions, but Stevie Ray Vaughan or Jimi Hendrix?
That's easy.
For me, because I'm SRV was everything for me for so long when I was a teenager, and I wouldn't be playing guitar if it wasn't for Stevie. I'm gonna have to keep Stevie.
Yep.
I love Hendrix. There wouldn't be Stevie doing what he did without Hendrix, but that's just me.
Yep.
That's just me.
Jimmy, I especially like the way he's also a good songwriter, and most of his songs are Little Wayne, Castles. He's playing totally different things than what he's singing. Very melodic, and it doesn't get in the way. It just nobody's done anything like that.
Castles is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Love that.
Zen weighing in on Elvis. He said he's got to keep Elvis because he's the basis of Too Much to Erase Him. And then he says he'd keep Slash. So for me, Hendrix, but barely. Yeah.
Very tight.
Darcy,
that's
you're
tough.
allowed to
The-
vote, aren't you?
And really,
You don't care?
I'm not partisan to either as far as from a documentative standpoint. It's just really for a personal thing. It's got to be Stevie
Well,
for me
that's
personally.
it's
yeah.
for you. I mean,
Yeah.
this is not for anyone else. I
Yeah.
mean, this is for you. So.
That's right. All right.
See what we got here, Darcy.
Okay. We have.
I like these different
And this
colored.
is the final.
Is this the final one?
Yeah, that's right.
Is this geared towards somebody here? Beatles or Stones?
Beatles preserved 120%.
There you go.
Absolutely. And my dad and I have gone into this, and he's the same way. I'm just going to keep it at that, because if I don't want, it's like, it's such a controversial issue. The Beatles, to me, the songs, what they did, again, just kind of the indelible mark that they made on music. Stones did too in their own way, but Beatles 120%.
What do you think, Jim?
Let me think.
That's a hard one, isn't it?
Like my friend said a couple of weeks ago, I just read that Tom Petty also said it. There's the Beatles and there's everyone else.
Yep.
So, obviously.
And I know you're a big Beatles fan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's the Beatles fan.
The chat's going Hendrix on the previous question, so we got Zen with Hendrix, Christy with Hendrix. Zen says easily keep the Beatles.
Yeah.
And I love the Stones.
The
But
Beatles are Jim's best fans.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I keep the Stones, but I think we've talked about this before. I know I'm wrong. That's okay. That's all right.
He knows he's
But
wrong,
that's where
but
I'm
he's
at.
There's
I
no
can't-
wrong answer. There's no wrong
doesn't want to
answer.
No, I mean there are wrong answers, but
There are not in this.
Diego Rivera says,
Diego!
Yeah, he says creating new recording techniques. That's right. The Beatles did create.
I
new
love you,
recording
Diego.
techniques. Yeah, man.
Hey, call me.
Cool. That's right.
But not
we'll-
now.
Well, no, while
But
we're on
not
air.
now.
That's the whole point, because he's
Yeah.
called me before when I'm on stage, and it was hilarious.
Love it. So the other thing.
And we're smart enough to put the London Symphony behind them.
That's right. That's right. So one of the things that we like to do with our guests, would you honor us by playing a couple of your originals on air, maybe one or two for us?
Sure.
Here, let me. I'll give you this. While we're doing that, I'm going to ask Zen to please put all the socials for various. Put Jim's socials up, our socials. Get Jason's up there and everything while he's getting ready, and we get him EQ'd.
And then
if
go
you
on
wouldn't
those
mind.
and follow.
That's
follow,
right.
Follow.
Throw us a like, a
subscribe.
subscribble. The subscribes.
Watch
are
our
free.
videos. Watch our
That's
little snippets of each episode.
That's right. Man, I love that Martin. It's nice, man. So what's the first one you're gonna play for us, my friend?
I'm thinking we'll do. Speaking of Elvis, we'll do that Elvis cover in the film.
Nice.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, that's alright, mama. That's alright for you. That's alright, mama. Just any way you do. That's alright. That's alright. That's alright now, mama. Any way you do. I'm leaving town, my baby. Leaving town for sure. Then you won't be bothered with me hanging around your door. That's alright. That's alright. That's alright now, mama. Anyway you do. Yeah, mama, she done told me. Papa done told me too. Son, that girl you fool with, she ain't no good for you. That's alright. That's alright. That's alright now, mama. Anyway you do. That's alright now, mama. Anyway you do. That's alright now, mama. Anyway you do.
Jason Damico ripping down some Elvis for us there, man. Good stuff. Yeah. So we have a bonus Highlander that just came in.
Oh boy.
All right. Hold Me a Little Closer or Green Eyed Blonde. You can only save one.
Save one. I'll say Hold Me a Little Closer for two reasons. Number one, it was really early on in my catalog, and it's just always in the beginning of the set, number one. Number two, I really think it's just more universal as a theme. You know, green-eyed blonde, you got to be green, you got to be blonde.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Good answer.
Yeah.
Have you got another one you're going to play for us here? Give us one more.
Sure. Hold Me a Little Closer.
I love it. That's perfect. That's perfect.
That was a good lead into that.
Tell me that you love me, go and make my day. 'Cause I can't deny sweet embrace. Hold me a little closer, yeah. Won't you hold me a little closer? Hold me a little closer. Won't you hold me a little closer? Love me for all of my days now. Knock me, yeah, enough to make any man jump, scream, and shout. So take me by the hand, call me a road. Love could last me till 100 years old. Won't you hold me a little closer? Yeah, hold me a little closer. Won't you hold me a little closer? Love me for all of my days now. Yeah. Won't you hold me a little closer? Love me for all of my days now. Won't you hold me a little closer? Hold me a little closer. Won't you hold me a little closer? Love me for all of my days now. Won't you hold me a little closer? Love me for all of my days now. Won't you hold me a little closer? Love me for all of my days now.
Jason Damico, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, there's an old saying, and it goes around the rock and roll and blues community pretty often, and it says that jazz musicians play thousands of chords to 3 people. Blues musicians play 3 chords to thousands of people. This guy plays thousands of chords to thousands of people. Make sure you check out Jason Damico. Anytime you get a chance to see him, you're going to want to, and you're going to want to hang around. If you're here in the bar, if you're watching on YouTube, wherever you are, because we're going to do a live performance. We're going to do In the Round. We're just going to go song for song, old school style, sitting around just jamming. He's been so kind to say that he'll hang for us with that, just as we usually do. But with that, we're going to conclude the Maverick Rose Music Hour because we've come to the end of the hour. So artist Kurt Turner is going to take us home for Milk and Cookies with some pancakes.
Milk and cookies.
So for Maverick, Darcy, Jim, and
Thank
Jason,
you.
we want to thank you all for being with us here in person and also online, wherever you may be streaming us. Thank you so much for your continued support. Stay fresh, cheese bags. We'll see you next week.